This is the American Rebellion. My name's Jerry. How y'all doing? Uh, it's Wednesday night. I was just watching the Trump rally in Phoenix, Arizona, on the Right Side News channel on YouTube. They're on for like 3 hours before or something. I don't know, man. But I was on for a long fucking time before he even got there. So anyway, we got Jimmy Collins, Nikki Young is in the comments, but you may notice the camera angles are slightly different. It's because I rearranged the backroom studios yet again for the entrance of the washer and dryer that's going to be coming in here because I'm tired of walking out to the shed every time I want to do laundry, which is all the fucking time around here for some goddamn reason. Anyway, we got Matt and Nick, as I said, so we'll get to them now. Matt, how you doing?
I'm all right. Doing a little fine cabinetry repairing today and other sundry um, objectivities and all kinds of things.
Okay. Nick, hurricane missed you. So no chance of Nick flying off to Oz like Dorothy's with video, of course. So how you doing, Nick?
I'm doing better that we're not having a hurricane come right up my goddamn poop chute again, because I don't need another one.
There you go.
I still can't get a roofer to come to my damn house and change the goddamn shingles on the subject. It's
Well,
aggravating.
you're special, Nick. That's why. Got Dixie Land Man
Oh,
is
yeah.
here.
I'm special.
Did you
Murdered
put
that
something
name.
over it, right? I mean,
No,
yourself just.
I have the tarps. My ass ain't climbing up on this fucking roof.
Why for?
It can't be that high. I mean,
It's high enough that I ain't getting up.
Oh, so Nick is terrified of heights. I see. Tiffany Sullivan is here.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I mean, you got to man up and
one story.
You got a cowboy.
I mean,
You
yeah.
got a cowboy to fuck
you
up,
might
dude.
pull back up inside a little bit, but you can do it.
Yeah, you got a cowboy to hell up there, Nick.
You know, I used to not be scared of heights. And for some reason, one day, it hit me, and I was like, fuck it, I can't do this. I mean, I've climbed up to the top of a goddamn ridge derrick. It took me a while, but I got there.
Tiffany says she has a willow tree on top of her house.
Well, time to buy a new house, Nick. There you go.
Yeah.
You're going to build it upside down. Build it upside down so I can get to the roof real quick.
Yeah, you're going to play hell trying to fix the foundation, though. That's the problem. Dixie Land Man's, I don't know what that means. 0.0. I don't know what that means, but carry on. As I said, producer Jimmy's here tonight.
What's up, Reagans?
So wait, frickin' Tiffany has to leave because there's a willow tree on top of her house? That's like camouflage. Be good for you. Did it damage the roof? You said on top. I'm assuming your house has a roof on top. It is ice and sleet and electricity on and off there in Oklahoma for Tiffany, which. Oh, big eyes. I see. Okay. I see.
That was my thought, Dixie.
Well, you know, I
didn't want to look like an ass later on.
That's nice, Nick. You'll be docked paid for that. Hold on, we got photos of the, I believe, of the willow tree on the house, if we're lucky. See, this is how it's done, Nick. When disasters hit, you take video and you send it to me.
I have a shitload of pictures of my damn roof.
Okay. So apparently, and nobody's going to be able to see this,
Not all that
but
roof.
that's out the front of her car. Oh, look at that. And there's a willow tree right there on the house. It's nice. Looks like you live in a gravestone, but nevertheless. And it's frozen. Guess it just snapped off.
Should they stay in a house and move into the willow tree?
No. You could become a Keebler elf. That would be fun. Jolene, how you doing? Virginia Pollock. Oh, Alan is here somewhere. We're having electrical outages here. Thanks, Zeta. Wow, she does what she can. Over 500,000 people without power. May take weeks to get it restored. That is my cedar tree. Well, are you going to keep it on the house? Because that could be a conversation piece. Plus, the house would be shaded. Save on your electric bill next year for the air conditioning. Anita's here somewhere. She is. There's Anita. How you doing, Anita? All right. So everybody, spend 10 minutes not paying attention to what we're saying and saying hello to each other because we don't really count. That's nice. Alan said,
Well, yeah. Plus, I saved myself from having to buy a new car today. Luckily, you know.
that's nice. Alan says power is off and on. Getting
What,
anything
yourself?
from the.
Did you save your wife buying it?
All right, I'll talk to you, Alan. These two niblet heads. Apparently, Nick isn't really getting hit that bad. We had to leave it for too cold in my house. Oh, where are you at now? Are you at the McDonald's or something? Where are you? You really should have left Oklahoma before this and moved somewhere warm. See, this would have been smarter. This put the clocks back an hour has thrown me.
You don't have any fireplaces or nothing?
I don't think we do. I don't think we do that until when the hell do we put the clocks back, Nick? I guess that's what.
Come Sunday.
Yeah, but
This Sunday?
that's Anita said that she lives in England. They do everything wrong over there. So Destiny probably did it a month ago.
Oh,
You know, Destiny probably did it a month ago because she's from Australia and they never do nothing right. That tree is laying on my dog pen. The willow is on the roof of my house. Well, see, you and the dog have something in common. I don't know why you're complaining. This all sounds like it could work out for you. Oh, you're at your best friend's house. Okay. Well, do they have heat? Or did you just set the house on fire? Yes, they're having.
Power?
I guess, yeah. Either that or we're all sleeping in the same bed, like the old days. Jeannie Smith, 5 days left. Who's ready for Trump 2020? He's going to win. He's going to win big. I mean, this is a guy in the last, week has gone on like 3 fucking rallies a day. That's amazing. That really is. He's 70, 1 or 2 years old? That's really amazing when you think about it.
It's 73 or 4, actually. He had a birthday not too long ago.
Yeah. That's something. And I mean, he's got thousands and thousands and thousands of people at his rallies. It's amazing. It really is. There are people apparently all over the country who have already voted.
15,000 in North Carolina.
That's a lot. I don't know what he had in Phoenix, but he said that Wisconsin he had like 25,000. So I don't know. Then you go to Joe Biden's place, rally. There's a bunch of circles on the ground and 7 people. But yeah,
Yeah, and they're all reporters that he won't take questions from.
because they keep asking him the same one. Why is your son such a corrupt piece of garbage?
Come on, man.
Yeah. You know, there's a thing going around Facebook that actually, for a change, makes a lot of sense. It's like, all of Trump's kids are campaigning for him, his wife, everybody. And none of Joe Biden's family is campaigning for him. He's in Goodyear, Arizona. Yeah, it's somewhere near Phoenix.
Oh, you know why? Because he couldn't go to Vegas because of the place he went in Vegas last time. The county fined the airport and the venue, some other shit, like like for like $5,500 or some shit.
I don't
He
know.
said, okay, fuck it. He went an hour away from that place and just across the border.
Yeah, but I
to
think
Mexico.
here's the deal,
But
though.
the rally is for Vegas or Nevada.
Well, he landed at McCarran today. I got one of them alerts. For some reason, every time Trump leaves or comes back, I get an alert for it. I never got that for Obama. I kept hoping he was on a one-way trip to Kenya, but nevertheless. But Destiny is here. Hello, Destiny.
Maybe he wants you to stand down and stand by. That's why you're getting alerts.
It's possible. I'm very important to the campaign, really.
Or lock and load.
So, I don't know, but the last 2-3 days, every time he lands somewhere, today it was McCarran Airport, which is Vegas. I used to pick up there all the time when I was living there.
He's an hour away at the rally. They had to drive an hour to get to the
Oh, yeah, he did show up in one of them SUVs. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. All right.
rally. Yep,
You're right.
that's why.
You're right. All right. Okay.
He's just across the border so that he's not in Nevada.
All right. So Goodyear, is that where they make tires or something? I thought they did that in Ohio. Destiny says, "Hey, Jerry and Nikki."
Ooh, destiny.
You forgot somebody, Destiny. You make him sad. I think she meant hey to us as much as she meant nothing to Matt. You'll make Matt sad. He'll end up robbing liquor stores and acting out and stuff.
Make him have to go buy another car.
Yeah. He did. He did save himself from having to buy a car today over a flat tire. That's nice. Yes, he showed up in the Beast. Yes, because they showed him driving up. Man, I wish he would come closer so I could go to another rally. There's nothing. You get 2 hours just driving to catch him in Florida, here before I live. Larry Burns been watching Trump rallies on his Facebook page during breaks and lunch. I believe he's going to crush Biden. What the hell is the name of that? Wait, I got it right here. I got the thing. Larry Burns from Canada.
Right side broadcasting network.
Yeah, exactly. Go there, Larry. The Right Side Broadcasting Network on YouTube. And they show the whole damn thing. I mean, long before he gets there till after.
Oh yeah, they start early in the morning, way before hours.
Yeah, and they like I
And
watched.
they actually show the crowd.
I watched it from like I don't know 5 o'clock, 4:30 until he came on at I think it was 6. So, but yeah, so yeah, I think I got to tell you, I think the Republicans. I think there's going to be a massive red wave. This whole blue wave bullshit that we hear about on Twitter and Facebook and where the hell ever, I think is a pipe dream, frankly, because I just don't
Oh,
see
these
it.
polls, think about it. Same time in 2016, at this point in 2016, Hillary had, double-digit leads in him in all the polls. Well, Biden is, they're still playing Biden's ahead, but half of what they said she had.
Yeah.
So that means Trump's above Biden.
Yep.
So you have to flip it.
Yep. I really believe that I guess for a long time I said there could go either way, but I think Trump will win without a problem. I've always been more worried about the House and the Senate. We got to keep at least one of them. To be honest, I don't know which one because you can't have one without the other. That's the problem with the system. The system is that you got to have the one so it could go to the other, and then it goes to the president. Did you see Senator Cruz tackle Twitter this morning? It was awesome. I did not see that. I'll probably watch a video tomorrow. I didn't see the Tucker Carlson last night. I meant to try to watch it today, but we're doing some renovations around here with certain things, and I got busy with that. So before I forget, Jerry,
I
have
watched
you
Tucker
checked?
last night.
Okay.
That dude spilled the beans, and he also went and testified, and with whoever it was, one of the intelligence agencies, and they have verified a lot of what he has given to them as true and accurate documents.
Well, from what I've read and from what everybody seems to be saying about him, I mean, on the right anyway, he seems to be a truthful guy. Also, he seems to be a guy that's on the right, which means he probably is a lot more truthful than the whistleblowers we get off the left, which are just full of shit.
Well, actually, Gary, he was a Democrat donor for quite some time.
Was he? I did not know
But
that.
he started smelling a rat. Yeah. He started smelling this rat, and he was involved in this shit. He's like, hell no, I gotta cut out of this bullshit.
Okay.
Turn this shit in.
I mean, he's a really well-off guy, I think, financially, right? Somebody I read that today somewhere, Fox News. I don't
Oh yeah, he's like some kind of financial advisor. He's a financial advisor or some kind of thing like that.
Yeah, and
Ex-Navy.
right. So it's not like he needs money to. I don't know. From this, whatever. I mean, think about how dumb this is, Nick.
No, he's not getting paid for this.
Think about how dumb this
Yeah,
is.
he's not getting paid for this.
No, think about
His wife, his kids, everything is on the line.
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah, well, can you imagine what his kids are going through?
Right, he has ex-Navy SEALs providing protection for him and his family. He doesn't even live with his family. He's somewhere else.
Think about how stupid this is, though. First of all, they put a crackhead and a drunk in charge of all this corruption and money like nothing could ever go wrong. Then they bring an outsider, basically, into the family business of corruption. And these morons, between the both of those two people, never thought once that something could go wrong.
Right. Well, Biden's been skating away from everything, every charge in his whole goddamn 47 years of political career. So he thinks that he's safe, just like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but he should have learned from Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton because they weren't safe. They weren't like rising up like phoenixes or anything, with the perfect, reputation. Everything that they ever did came out. These morons in the Democratic Party do not learn from their mistakes. This is the problem. Larry said, either way, Trump in office prolongs the inevitable BS coming after he's gone. Larry, I got to be honest, I can't worry about that now. I got to worry about the inevitable BS tomorrow, which is coming. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's constant BS.
Worry.
Last 4 years.
Right now, I'm just making sure I worry that I go vote and that he gets elected. Hopefully, we take the House and the Senate. And then, Larry, we have to depend on politicians in the House and the Senate to carry out his agenda. That has not been easy up to this point. Even when he had the House and Senate, it was not easy.
No, if he wins, if Trump wins, well, not if, when Trump wins, he needs to clean house.
Yeah.
I mean, fire a bunch of motherfuckers, especially this Christopher Wray bastard.
From the FBI guy or the head of the FBI?
That laptop for 10 months.
Yeah.
The head of the FBI.
Yeah. And he was keeping it silent. You know it. If that computer guy, the computer mechanic, whatever the hell they call him, right? If he hadn't said nothing, we would have been guessing this. There's no doubt of that, okay? Because it was already kind of out there, but there wouldn't have been any evidence for it. Now we got actually not even a lot of evidence, but it's out there. What is out there, and the mainstream media is completely ignoring it, other than Fox News a little bit. They're completely ignoring it. Wasn't that Bobolinsky guy? Wasn't he on for like an hour last night? Tucker Carlson never has anyone on. That's like presidential time for some. Yeah. So that's like the president coming on. You give him as much time as you want. And this guy is Lieutenant Bob. Christopher Wray should have been fired when McCabe and Comey was fired from Alan McMillan. Yeah, I agree. And way more.
Exactly.
Half the lawyers in the Justice Department should have been jettisoned. Half of the, I don't know if everybody on the top floor of the FBI is corrupt. I find that hard to believe, to be very honest with you. However, those three at least should have gone, and whoever else is one of their cronies. Franklin's here. How you doing, Franklin? Good to see you. So I wish I could vote for Trump 2020. Well, Larry, you come down and become an American citizen. You'd have to live in
just jump the border, Larry. Shit.
Yeah.
You do it every day around here.
Yeah. Trump should have never nominated Ray. I agree with that, Jimmy. I don't know what exactly he was thinking. I think the FBI at this point needs an outsider, and he needs to bring in his own outsider people. Has to have law enforcement experience, there's no doubt. Okay, and I mean high-end law enforcement experience, because fucking FBI, But absolutely needs to get rid of Ray and quite a few others, and he needs somebody from the outside coming in and cleaning house.
Hey, you see, Trump wasn't a politician, so he didn't know who all the dirty motherfuckers were. So he didn't fire everybody like Obama did.
Right.
Replace them with crooked some bitches. He just kept the crooked some bitches in there because he didn't know.
Well,
but he's finding out the hard way.
Yeah, he's saying it now. He didn't realize how deep and dirty and all the swamp was, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know how you couldn't know. The whole State Department was corrupted. The FBI was out. I mean, we all watch TV. That's all you needed to know. Destiny says that's because the idiots always think they're smarter than the corrupt ones that went before them. A bit like socialism, they say. The reason it hasn't worked is because it hasn't been implemented correctly. Yeah, I've heard that bullshit excuse. It's been implemented exactly the way it's supposed to. The only way you can implement socialism is with the government, and the government has done it exactly the way it's supposed to be done. This is why people starve. David Callaghan, how you doing? Wait a minute. I hope you all are well. There is a standoff with police. Suspect shooting at, I guess, an airplane or something. Air One in Bakersfield. Sad. Air One. What is Air One? I don't know what that is. I'm sure we can provide you with an address and a blank mail-in ballot. Yeah, let's not be doing that.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah. Trump wanted Ray's experience, but the treachery is beyond ridiculous. Yeah, sometimes a little less experience, but some more common sense. And by now, the White House has to have dossiers on everybody of importance in the FBI, the Justice Department, all these different, cabinets. I'm thinking that possibly, uh, he has information at the White House that he could give the new guy. Either that or find the most pissed off FBI agent you can find who's high ranking about the whole situation and put him in charge because he knows everybody and all their garbage.
Oh, right. They're not all dirty,
Mm-hmm.
I think the rank and file are pretty good.
Yeah,
Just the upper echelon
exactly.
kept the power and probably got corrupted by Trump. I mean, not Trump, Obama, to cover all their bullshit that was going on. So no investigations could happen.
No, that's true. It's like any other thing. You talk about blacks or
and it went
Hispanics.
to DOJ, the NSA, it went all the way around. They were all corrupt.
And if there ain't some big plan with Barr to get a bunch of people, then we need an attorney general that's going to actually do something about these people because he just keeps letting them go. Like Strzok, oh, we're not going to prosecute him, blah, blah, blah. Why? These people perpetrated a crime on the president of the United States. Uh, and actually while he was president too. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, fuck. I mean, well, they let Hillary Clinton go. I mean, I guess, I think, like I've always said, if Trump is little, if Trump,
What gets me is, like you said earlier, Derek, the mainstream media doesn't cover this Hunter Biden shit.
yeah,
Well, they sure as hell covered this Steele dossier shit that was fake as fuck.
yeah,
That went all the way up to a damn impeachment of a fucking president.
Yep.
But they say this Hunter Biden laptop is Russian shit and his atom shifty shift pencil neck motherfucker. So they say it's fake, so they're not going to cover it.
Yeah.
Well, his shit would we put up with for the past 4 years is fake too.
Yeah. Well, it's like
they covered that extensively.
it's like the heads of the social media and Google and all that bullshit. Does anyone really believe we're going to do anything to these fucking people other than yell at them? Do you really think they're going to change the way they do business just because they got yelled at? No. As a matter of fact, this shit here, what we're seeing right now, I mean, we're very small, obviously, and we're small because of what Facebook here and YouTube on the other thing we're streaming on right now is doing to us. But we're still small. They don't care about us. We have no reach. Okay. Mark Dice got kicked off of YouTube. He's pretty big time. Okay. Bongino says he's waiting. He's going to probably end up getting kicked off. Okay. It's not going to change. It's going to get worse.
Oh, yeah, they're throttling Bongino. Anybody that's conservative or Republican, they're throttling.
Oh, yeah. And I keep hearing Trump and everybody else keep talking about Section 230 where they take away their, they give people the right to sue social media companies, which is fine. But what if you're a small social media company, say like Rumble or something, which is kind of the new one, and some liberal gets kicked off and they sue them and win in some liberal court? Okay, there has to be a better way. He explained it. He explained it the other day. I mean, you got Google. Somebody called them a Democrat, I think it was, called them the most powerful company or the biggest company, whatever, on Earth. And I never thought about it, but they're probably right. Google is everywhere. Break them up.
Oh, yeah. They own all kind of shit. There's so many subsidiaries of Google or Alphabet, if you talk. And it just filters down to God knows how many. It's a conglomerate, is what it is.
Yeah. Deborah Cole says my buddy at Marfugal News is in and out on YouTube. Yeah. Listen, I've done probably 5,000 videos since I started doing this. I had 700 or 800 of them on the last YouTube channel I had. I've had 3 or 4 of them. They just took it down. Okay. We have one now. It's called AMREB. And all it is just this show. I think there's 55 or 60 show videos on there. That's it. Really. And I don't know. If we get 1 or 2 views on YouTube, that's a lot. Okay? It's a lot. So this is what they're doing. They're doing this to us because we're nobody. But the big names, they're, Laura Loomer. Okay, a lot of people used to enjoy watching her. And even Alex Jones. I mean, I can't stand Alex Jones. I can't. But I didn't watch him. You know who I hate? Who I also don't watch? The Young Turks. It's a Democratic, liberal talking head show on YouTube. Hate them. They say some of the most vile shit you ever heard. They don't get kicked off. They're not being shadow banned. But I tell you what, the minute they were, they'd be screaming to the fucking rafters. They wouldn't be screaming about how it was okay for Twitter to, kick the New York Post off their site, suspend them. They'd be screaming to the freaking rafters. That's the problem. Everything is skewed to the liberal side of things. Well, what does that mean? That means we just got to keep going. There's nothing else. What else are we supposed to do?
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do unless you have the power and money to build your own damn social site. And how many people have that?
Yeah. And I'll tell you about the new ones too. Just let me.
Bongino's trying,
There's another one
but
called.
he's not rich like
Nah.
Zuckerberg is.
No, he's just has financial interest in it. So, and who knows how much, you know. Um, we know who the Young Turks put in Congress. Yeah, I can't stand them, but I don't watch them. I'm good.
I don't think I ever have watched him. I've heard of him, but I don't think I've ever watched him.
Yeah, Alex Jones used to have fights with him all the time on social media and in person, really too. They'd argue with each other. But picture your usual liberals with their know-it-all attitude, and they just shove that at you on the screen. If you don't agree with them, you're a horrible person. Blah blah blah, that kind of shit. It's you've seen if you've seen that description anywhere on the internet, you've seen the Young Turks. So that's right, AOC. They actually got help get AOC elected. Yep. And he ran for Sank Junger or whatever his name is. He's Turkish. He ran for, I think it was Congress, but got his ass beat. So I think he dropped out of the race or something. I don't know. But he didn't last long. What I'm hearing now in 3 or 4 different places is that there are thousands of Trump supporters going to Joe Biden's rallies to basically fuck with him because he called them chumps.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It is. It is. It's freaking hilarious.
And they're just there peacefully.
Yeah.
It's not like Trump gets his rallies with Antifa and BLM showing up, guns and shit, want to start fights and shit. Then they blame it on the Trump supporters.
There was a thing. Oh. Obama had a rally for Biden, and there were like 340 cars there and however many people, and they're calling that some kind of record. I'm like, really? Obama got up before a bunch of cars and they were beeping horns at him and shit. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, 300 cars. Woo-hoo. What did they packed in there like fucking circus clowns in a goddamn Volkswagen or something?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Trump did that crap. He'd need half the damn Mojave Desert just to park them all.
Oh, yeah. You know, I don't know if you saw this, Jerry. I made a post on Facebook that, think about this one. Trump used to have a rally where Woodstock was held.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I bet them people would be pissed.
CNN wouldn't show that crowd.
Has an ex-president ever campaigned for someone to be the next president? That's a good question, Jimmy. I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago or something. I don't remember that ever happening. I could be wrong, but I don't remember that ever happening.
I can tell you what. Everybody Obama has ever campaigned for lost.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I think he is zero for I don't know how many.
Hillary.
Yep. Yeah. Well, he did campaign for Hillary while he was president somehow. That doesn't seem right.
See how that works?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, did you see where Camel Toe Harris there was at a poll booth, a voting poll place, and on a megaphone yelling at the people, trying to convince them that's illegal.
It should be, but I mean, how many things are being done, and by both sides, that are being done illegally? This is why I say the enemy ain't the politicians. The politicians do what they're allowed to do. Who is supposed to stop the politicians from doing illegal shit? Us. And possibly first, the mainstream media as a whole. They are supposed to investigate corruption, bring it out, at the very least, make these people resign. They're supposed to put pressure on politicians to, like the Justice Department, to prosecute horribleness. That's who's supposed to do that. And the American people are supposed to go in record numbers every time and make sure these people get voted out. They don't do that. We have people that are
No,
continuously,
once you get people like Pelosi,
yeah, continuously, like Maxine Waters and being voted the most corrupt politician in Washington D.C. Blah blah. You got Chuckles Schumer, these people, and we just keep voting them back the hell in. Do we really think that there's no one that could take their fucking place? Are we kidding? I mean, I understand now there's not a lot of choice in voting Republican or Democrat if you're a conservative. I get that. But at some point, we're going to have to start changing out some big names and not just letting them stay in there till they decide to retire, which seems to be never. I mean, look at Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I think that it should be a lifetime appointment. That's fine. That's the way it's been. That's fine. Okay. But there needs to be a few rules that if you are incapacitated with, like, I don't know, cancer, that maybe you need to step the hell down. Okay?
right? Because you know she's not making the right decisions. She's not thinking right. I mean, hell, they let her rule from the goddamn hospital bed.
Yeah, see, that's no good. That's no good. That's no good because, yeah, and not to mention the fact, okay, I'm sorry. I get it. Everyone, and I don't even know if this is true, but like most of the court justices said she was still very sharp and all that. This woman went to the State of the Union address under Obama and fell asleep in front of the world.
Yeah.
That and people
just look up the pictures. Easy to find.
Yeah, that's embarrassing to the country. Because let's face it, on the Supreme Court, she was probably the most famous one. I mean, that was a name that everybody knew. Okay? But she fell asleep. And the world watches that shit. The whole damn world watches State of the Union, and they're interested in what's going on with Trump, just like they were with Obama. And this woman fell asleep. And people, oh, it's so cute. Kimberly Guilfoyle, and they're free. Oh, I thought it was cute. It's not cute. It's an embarrassment that you cannot stay awake for a couple of freaking hours while somebody does some ridiculous speech. I was talking about a former president. I've never heard of most presidents right off. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. Thank you, Ellen. I don't remember, any other president campaigning. I don't. Did Reagan campaign for Bush at all? I don't remember. I really don't. But they may have. I don't really. I
You
don't.
see, speaking of speaking of falling asleep, did you see the interview Joe Biden had with this woman? I don't remember what news channel it was. He straight up fell asleep,
Joe Biden.
and she's like, "Somebody gonna wake him up?" He straight up fell asleep.
Yeah, Joe Biden. I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's actually sad what they're doing to him. Although maybe he deserves it. I mean, he is a corrupt piece of garbage. And when he dies, I will say bad things about him, and I don't give a goddamn hell what anybody thinks of him.
Oh yeah, he's a shit from the beginning.
Yeah, he is. He's never done anything in his political career except enrich himself and his family.
Yeah, he owns like what, 5 mansions and shit, or 5 homes at least. Come on.
I mean, you wonder why Hunter Biden is a dope fiend and a drunk, and she grew up in that house with him. Okay? He grew up in that house. He grew up with Joe Biden, his father, lying about everything just to get elected. You look at Susan Collins. She didn't vote for the new Supreme Court justice. You want to know why? Not because I don't care what she says. It's not because, she thought she would be bad for the country. It's because, and simply put, she's afraid of not getting reelected. That's all these people care about. They don't give a shit about us. They don't give a shit about the country.
She lives in a Dem-controlled state.
Yeah.
So she's hoping the Democrats are going to wipe her no vote and re-elect her ass.
Yeah, I don't think they care because they lost anyway. They're blaming they still blame her for voting for Kavanaugh. And I'm pretty sure the only reason she voted for Kavanaugh was because they threatened to kill her if she did. Murkowski, another one. She voted for the new one, which was surprising.
Yeah, I didn't think she was going to turn and do that shit. I didn't think Romney would either.
Yeah, and what's weird is Romney came out before both of them and said he was voting for him. It's close to election time. Well,
Right.
he shouldn't be getting reelected, though. I mean, he shouldn't be in an election right now. Didn't he just get elected?
I don't know if he is or not.
I think it's 6 years in the Senate. And I don't know, but I thought he just got elected the last time, 2 years ago. In other words, so, goddamn, 18.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, but is it like the House is like every 4 years, or
No, the House
they switch around?
No, the House
every 2 years or something.
Yeah,
like
2
that?
years. Every 2 years is the House because that's why they call it the People's House. It's the actual representatives from the people. The states, the representatives from the actual states are the senators. That's why there's only 100 of them.
Right.
As opposed to 535 House members, which is probably a silly amount, to be honest.
Yeah, and a lot are up for election this year.
Yeah.
So anything could flip.
Yep.
One way or the other.
Well, they're only up in the House, I think it's by 15 people. I think it's 15. So with 535
Right, that's
people,
about right.
It's not that hard to believe that it could be a red wave in the House. Because if nothing else, If the Democrats lose the House, it's going to be a few people's fault. It's going to be AOC and the squad, and it's going to be Nancy Pelosi's fault. Those 5 people. That's whose fault it's going to be. Because AOC is a fucking idiot, and Nancy Pelosi is just a corrupt. She is so fucking corrupt that it comes out of her pores.
That is one evil ass woman. That's all I have to say.
And her
one evil ass woman.
Her and Schiff, whatever they are evil people. They don't know how to tell the truth. And every single thing they do is for themselves and the party. It's almost like they're communists, because that's the way the communists are. Everything is for the party. It's never you hear about the people on the campaign trail. You never hear. There's not 335. It's over 500, Jimmy. I can look it up if you'd like. But anyway, they're evil. And Nadler, the Weeble, he's not far behind them. Funniest thing I've seen in the whole time Trump's been in office is when the final arguments in the impeachment inquiry, and he got up and ran up there to do the speaking because Schiff was supposed to. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I can't imagine the yelling and screaming that must have went on behind the scenes over that.
Yeah, I'm sure that was real cool in the end.
Hold on a second. What the hell happened to Matt? Oh, shit, he is right, and I was wrong. It's not 535, it's 435. Okay. They got to be at least 25 years old, have been U.S. citizens for at least 7 years. They all serve 2-year terms. They keep talking about packing the court and all that. What would happen if the Democrats took control of everything and started packing? I mean, that's why they want to bring in Puerto Rico and D.C. in the statehood so they get more representatives, and both of those places are highly Democratic. So, what if they started wanting to pack the House of Representatives? With more representatives, redistrict everything, and need more representatives, so they have more Democratic representatives, or the Senate in some way do it. I mean, what's if they start with the Supreme Court? What's next? Because once they have packed the Supreme Court, they can do everything else because the Supreme Court will go along with it. And then what? The Republicans will never take control again, ever.
Correct.
Yeah.
Finally, they keep the House and flip the Senate. There will never ever be a Republican voted as a president again.
True. And they eventually will pack the Supreme Court, but after they've done that, nothing will stop them. Between having the Senate when they have the House and the Supreme Court as it was a couple days ago, before they put the new lady on there, okay, that saved us from a lot of shit. Okay.
Well, yeah, but you can't trust Roberts.
No.
You can't trust Roberts. This motherfucker's flip flop like a fish out of water.
Yeah, he's definitely a liberal. I mean, here's what I don't get. Okay. One state, Pennsylvania, he says it's okay to count vote. Let votes come in 3 days after the election. Wisconsin has to have all their votes counted on election day. What sense does that make? And he voted no against Pennsylvania, and he voted.
There was a logic behind it.
Yeah, he voted no against Pennsylvania.
It didn't make any sense to me, but there was a logic behind it.
Yeah, no, he voted yes for Pennsylvania. He voted no for Wisconsin, and there's no sense in it. It's almost like he's got some kind of same shit Joe's got, or he's on the same shit. One of them too.
Well, I think he realized he fucked up in the first rule. So he's like, you know what? I better get this one right.
Yeah, but you watched Bongino yesterday, brought up an interesting point, how Clarence Thomas would start writing the opinions if, they start winning some cases over there on the conservative side. Oh, let's see. Kamala Harris.
But he did speak out today. He spoke out today about this nonsense with Twitter and all this bullshit. He said his shit has to change.
Yeah. Well,
like the 230 or all that is.
Who's that? Bongino or Clarence Thomas?
Thomas.
Wow. He don't
usually said something.
Yeah, he don't usually say a lot to the public. Well, that's because they're breaking antitrust laws left and right. There's zero doubt of that. But nobody's doing anything to them. That's the problem. The Justice Department ain't doing shit to nobody who's breaking the fucking law. What would be so fucking horrible if Facebook went away? Or if YouTube went away? Or if, Google in general went away? Google owns YouTube and all that. Twitter. There are other sites. There are always other sites. New ones will pop up all the time. Them will rise to the top and it will start all over again.
Yeah. Facebook it used to be took over.
Yep. But the problem is we haven't had anyone that's been able to challenge any of the big three. And none of the new search engines that come along are able to challenge Google. They, can't. Why? Because they're too powerful. Can you imagine?
Yeah, they have their claws in everything.
Can you imagine
if they gear your searches to what they want you to see?
Yeah. That auto, like you're typing something into the thing up on the top, and the auto, finish or whatever they call it.
Auto correct.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where they give you
Tell me what I'm thinking right about now.
Yeah, pretty much. Which usually they're wrong about. That. Destiny says, "God be exhausted and be so devious and evil." Alan McMillan says it's in their DNA. Apparently it is. Adam Schiff has always reminded me of a guy who got beat up in high school all the fucking time and is now getting even. That's who Adam Schiff reminds me of. Alan says, "Can you imagine if we take back the House, keep the Senate, and President Trump wins and he gets to name 3 more SCOTUS justices?" That's actually very interesting. There are a lot of liberals on Twitter that are pissed at RBG. There are a lot of liberals on Twitter that are pissed at RGB, saying she should have retired when Obama was president. And you know what? They were right. Now let's turn that around on our side. Okay, Clarence Thomas is not a young man. Alito is still relatively young, I think. But I mean, there are justices that need to really consider if they should retire. What would be great is if Roberts did. I mean, he can go along saying he's a conservative judge all he wants, but in the end, let's get rid of Roberts at least. Because he's not a conservative judge. He's the one, after Obama said it was a tax, told the world it wasn't a tax on Obamacare for the mandate, and let it pass. Okay. He's not. He's what we need off the bench, not on the bench. And there are many like him, just like that idiot in charge of General Flynn's case. Guys like him have no business being on the bench at any time or place.
That's that Sullivan dude. Is this motherfucker still holding out? Well, let Flynn go get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard about that one in a while.
He wants a bunch of shit from the Justice Department, I guess, to know their thinking on why they did what they did and all this kind of shit. I would have thought that'd be pretty self-explanatory, considering that FBI agents and the FBI basically lied their ass off to get Trump, fucked. And General Flynn was their first target because he had worked in military intelligence with a lot of these people. And he knows the intelligence community, and he knows how they operate. Why he would do an interview with two FBI agents about shit without a lawyer or something present is beyond me. But with this asshole,
I guess he wasn't as smart as you think he is, because they told him we're not investigating you. I don't know why he thought they were telling him the truth.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Well, another, I think you said it, or somebody said it, you did just a little while ago with Trump being kind of new and not knowing this and not knowing that. Flynn's working in the White House for the first time in his life. He made a fatal mistake trusting somebody.
Yeah, he probably figured, well, you know what, I need to trust whoever's working for President Trump. So he did what they asked him to do in good faith.
Yeah.
And they fucked him.
But in the end, all this fucking asshole judge is doing is dragging shit out because he's the star of the show. He's the star of the show. This shit should have been taken care of, 3 months ago now, or 2 months ago, or whatever it was, when the Justice Department said, we no longer want to press these charges. We're dropping the case. Judge says, why? I have no problem asking why. Getting a report on that, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody comes back to the courtroom. They have a few donuts, maybe a cup of coffee, and say, go the hell home. Be nice. Have a nice life. But no, that's not how it's worked. Who would be Chief Justice if Roberts stepped down?
Political hack.
See, who would be Chief Justice if Roberts stepped down? Probably Clarence Thomas, but I'm not positive about that. I think it's the one who's been on the longest, but it can't be because, obviously then Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have been the Chief Justice. So I don't know how it works, but it might very well be.
I'm not sure how that works.
It might very well be Clarence Thomas. Who knows? Damn, Alan McMillan says they're getting 70-mile-an-hour gusts where he's at. Hey, Tina Scott's here. Shit. What? Okay, Nick. What's the strength on this hurricane?
Category 2, last I saw.
Well,
So it can
yeah.
go up to, probably 135, 40 miles per hour winds.
I don't know if it's that high, but Category 2 can do some damage. But there's Category 1 can do some damage.
It
But
was earlier. Yeah, it was Category 2 earlier today, right before it was going to hit land.
yeah,
I haven't watched.
Usually slows down once it hits land, though, relatively quickly. I mean, you can lose it by the closer it gets to land in the warm mass, it loses a lot of power. So you got to kind of guess at it as it's coming because, weathermen suck. But 70-mile-an-hour gusts is probably, we had one, I've been in 70, 80, 90-mile-an-hour gusts. I'm telling you right now, that fuckers can knock you down. No problem. Even when you weigh 317 pounds, they will knock your ass down. Sure. Yeah, but Allen's 12 miles.
I've been in 100.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Trees just snapping in half and flying down the street and shit.
Yep. Allen says he's 12 miles from the coast, so that explains it. Because 12 miles ain't enough for it to slow down enough. You're basically
like you're probably going to get a storm, sir.
Yeah, maybe. Wasn't Thomas nominated by Bush Sr. and RGB nominated by Clinton? I don't remember who the fuck was president. I remember the Clarence Thomas hearings with Anita Hill, who.
Yeah, Bush? Or was it Bush or Clinton?
No, I think Thomas was. I remember Joe Biden fighting for Thomas. He was obviously a Democrat. Our barrier islands help a bit. Yeah, but not enough. Well, Matt's back. Are you back, Matt?
I can hear you.
I can barely hear him.
Man.
I can barely hear him. It's been gone like the whole time.
Yeah, he's been MIA.
Let me try calling him again.
That neighbor got his ass apparently.
Yeah. I got my headphones on.
Okay.
It says when they're not in there, the phone says speaker off. I don't know how to turn it on.
Okay, well, we hear you good now. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had I couldn't get any reception all day. I was kind of bummed I couldn't, do my drum work. I wasn't getting YouTube or no Facebook or nothing. Just all blank stuff. And I don't know, not having reception much today.
This is why you need real drums.
Kind of pissed me off.
You don't need the internet for real drums.
No, I mean to hear music.
Oh.
I need to get a CD player so I can start making my videos too, but I haven't bought one yet.
Okay. Well, good luck with all that. Well, we've been having 3 to 5 different conversations. I don't know.
Yeah, I missed quite a bit.
Yeah,
I
you really have.
suppose.
Yeah.
And look, I'm off the hook for an hour almost. But look.
But you missed all the fun stuff, man.
Yeah, now we got you here.
It's a good conversation.
Now we got.
Well, I could, I could probably give you a recap of everything. They lie. Mainstream media is lying about everything, and the same old thing. And Biden is still making gaffes up the asshole all week, which they don't put out. When, and Kamala and her wife, Jeff, whatever his name is, are going to be on the campaign trail. Crazy, man.
Yeah,
Did you see that? Kamala and her wife. That was funny.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She's actually in Arizona now.
Good old Joe's good for a good guy.
Yeah. Well, he called. What did he call Trump? George. I don't know how anybody on the
George
liberal.
Bush is one of them.
I don't know anybody who's a liberal who's voting Democrat could not. I mean, they make excuses, and it's like, come on, guys, the guy ain't right.
No, I want to see somebody get Jill Biden on an interview and go, "Why are you doing this to him?"
Yeah.
That's the only question. That's the only fucking ask her.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Oh, good, Matt is back. Now we have someone to laugh at.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
Yeah, that would be Destiny who said
Oh,
that.
Jerry, I have an answer for the Chief Justice.
Oh, good.
The president nominates the Chief Justice.
Oh,
And the Senate, as
confirms.
usual, just like any other justice, has to approve it.
It'll be Clarence Thomas then.
Oh, definitely.
You know, they got to have
Oh,
a.
that'd be pissed if he pulls out Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, well, or or Sotomayor. It would either has to be a black guy or a woman. So it's either her or
Oh,
it's either that or Sotomayor, and I can't imagine. I can't imagine that.
Sodom and Gomorrah there.
Yes.
Alito or
Well, Alito
no, that ain't happening.
Isn't
Trump would never appoint liberal.
Isn't Alito like Oriental or something? Isn't he one of them Oriental fellas?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, he might got a chance.
Asian or something.
He might have a chance.
But he's liberal.
Is that a problem for you, Jerry?
Don't make fun of Alito. He's on our side.
I don't know.
It sounds a lot like Hirohito.
All right, we need to start looking shit up. People are actually asking us to be intelligent.
Wrong corner.
Later for that.
Alito is considered one of the most conservative judges on the court, but while his voting record is conservative, he's not always joined the most conservative justices on the court. You know what? I can live with that.
That may be why I'm thinking that.
We are not.
So that's fine.
Okay, first of all, the Supreme Court ain't supposed to be conservative and it ain't supposed to be liberal, okay? It's not. No court is supposed to be.
Supposed to be constitutional.
Yeah, exactly. But, well, we live in 2020, so that's the way it is, okay? But we are going to win some. Hey, Daniel. And we are going to lose a few. And you can't be getting on people who are supposed to be conservative if they believe the Constitution says, like if Amy Coney Barrett votes against something we want, I think we can believe that it's because the Constitution doesn't allow it. And we're going to have to live with that. Okay, that does just because Trump says she's conservative does not mean that she's going to vote our way every single time. It doesn't work that way.
That is the crux of the whole Republican and Democratic bullshit debate. These people are supposed to be above politics, mostly.
Yeah.
Lady Justice is blindfolded.
Yep.
Most of them, I'm sure, take that seriously.
Yeah. They do. I think they probably all do. But the problem isn't whether they're conservative or liberal. It's what they believe the Constitution is. Is it as written, say like Coney Barrett, uh, Thomas or somebody like that, or is it living and breathing and should be applied to 21st century values, like say Sotomayor, and I
And
believe
what all
Stayer.
these, days, AOC, APC, ACB, BPQ, when I get that 3 fucking names also.
Daniel Rio's here. Daniel, how are you doing, buddy? I was thinking about you the other day. Believe it or not, I was hoping you had found work or went back to work.
Too much information.
Yeah. Listen, give the guy a fucking break. I was hoping you went back to work, or got another job, or did something. I was just wondering. I know you were hurting the last time. I don't know much about Barrett to comment one way or the other, but give her a chance for being crucified. She's not even getting a chance to prove herself without being judged in the court of popular opinion or unpopular opinion. That is from Daniel. Uber for right now. Okay, so I guess you're putting food on the table at least. I hope that it gets better, Daniel. I really do. I really do.
Where does he live?
Where do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he told us last time. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Buddy.
See, 100 mile an hour sustained wind, but it's forward motion. It's 25 miles an hour, which is a good thing. Yeah, the second part when it whips around again is what sucks. Where do you live again, Daniel? I know you told us last time. I never fucking remember. Texas. Yeah, they got judges in Texas for some reason that keep shutting every fucking thing down. What the fuck is it? County judges? Deborah told us the other week. They only answer to like, I don't know, the governor or some fucking, I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of them down there in liberal areas that are screwing everybody with the COVID. That's what she said. So, and obviously it's happening because he's having a problem. Abbott can't make up his mind. Yeah, Deborah says she hates Abbott. Just for that reason, actually. And not only on COVID, but on a lot of shit that he has flipped on.
Yeah, one of my dad's brothers lives in Conroe, and he drives for Uber.
I tried that
so
here.
I'm not exactly sure where Daniel's really at.
I tried that here. It didn't work out.
Now they get a big thing out here, DoorDash, grab and grub or whatever, where they pick up takeout delivery shits and stuff. That seems to be a big thing now.
He lives in Dallas County and Garland, Texas. I've heard of Garland, Texas.
Garland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the same place you just mentioned, ain't it?
No, Conroe.
Oh, sorry. Not even close.
Right by Woodlands. My uncle does really good doing that shit. That's his only job. Now, his wife's a registered nurse, but he does it at leisure.
If you are living in a city, a reasonable sized city, then yeah, absolutely. I could see where you could make a decent living doing that if you hustled and did whatever. And I'm sure Daniel's hustling as much as he can. I'm not saying, but I don't know how big Garland is, or I'm assuming Dallas County actually has Dallas in it. I don't know. But in order for me to make any money at Uber, I would have to drive 100 miles, 50 miles each way to Gainesville in order to make money doing it. Dallas County has a conservative mindset, but has liberal officials. Nothing can ever get done around here. Yeah, that's true.
And therein lies the problem.
Yeah, it says 15 minutes
just
from
too
Dallas.
far out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Problem. I'm 15 minutes from Dallas, he says. Yeah. Um, I've been to Rockwell, Texas. Stayed there a little while when I was like 17, 18. You're 17, I think. But which I guess is pretty close to Dallas. I remember hearing that. All I know is we got to the Texas state line, in the little roadside said like sign that gives you the miles said like I don't know 40,000 miles to the other side of the fucking state or something. I was like, holy shit. Rockwall is close too. Yeah,
It's huge.
yeah, it's big, man. It's big. I don't know. I think it says something like 900 miles. I'm not sure, but it was a long time ago. But I mean, he was like an exorbitant. And all the other states, it's like 250, something like that. Once you got out of Florida, was it Louisiana? Because you didn't have far to go through these states. But
Right, that's like Yasmin's husband. But he has to drive when he was working in West Texas. 12-hour drive one way.
Yeah.
Just to get where his rig location was.
Yep. Supreme Court screws us again. They rejected a case regarding the North Carolina voting extension. So, in other words, was the voting extension already granted or not granted? If there should not be a lot. I'm sorry.
I thought they upheld that.
I'm sorry. If you can't get your shit together in 7 fucking months since this freaking Kung Flu started to be able to vote by November 3rd, you don't deserve to vote. These people don't need the extra time. This is politicians telling everybody they need the extra time. Nobody needs the extra time. They had plenty of time to get their shit together to goddamn vote by November 3rd. The end. Have a nice day.
That's true, because I got my ballot in the mail about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll take you a half hour to fill the fucker out, and then take it in or take it to the post office. That's what me and the wife. She took them into the post office box and dropped them off inside. Well, little faith in the postal service, but that's best I could do, really.
Yeah. Well, you can also, I think, call up your polling station or your supervisor of elections office or whatever it is you got in California and ask them if they received your vote. You can do that. It was allowed by the North Carolina Supreme Court.
Yeah, I've
There's
heard
a
that from other
surprise.
people doing that too.
But I'm tired of these people coming out thinking everybody is so fucking helpless they can't figure out how to do this. Listen, if you're 80 and you're not good on a computer, you got to have somebody that is. Jesus Christ.
So that must be the opposite of what we were talking about earlier, Jerry, where Roberts made one decision one way and the other decision the other way.
Yeah.
Because it was about voter extension.
Yep.
Voting extension.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. Well, one was about that. The other was 3 days. Pennsylvania wanted to receive votes 3 days after the election. And he voted for that.
So that must be the one that he voted against.
No, he voted for that.
North Carolina, now,
I guess they can.
They lost it.
Well, Wisconsin, okay, what the hell they want to do? I forget what the fuck they wanted to do now, but he voted against that. Because it was two.
Oh yes, that's the one, Wisconsin.
It was two separate cases that were kind of different, but amounted to the same thing. How long are they projecting after Election Day? We will find out who won. Well, if you listen to some people, it's going to be a while, and it will go through the courts. Joe Biden's campaign has hired hundreds of lawyers. The DNC has hired hundreds of lawyers to contest this election. And we're just talking about the presidential election at this minute, not the House, the Senate, or any of these states. Just that. So some people think it could be a while. Trump has lawyers working on it for the exact same reason. Okay? Listen, folks, let's face it. Why do you think he wanted Amy Coney Barrett on the fucking Supreme Court? Okay? Because he knows that the election interference and the election bullshit is coming from the left. Nancy Pelosi has come out. There are all kinds of people, big and small, have come out and said Joe Biden should not contest. I'd say you won. They shouldn't do that. Okay, there's going to be lawsuits and lawsuits, and the Supreme Court is going to have to hear it, and they may be the ones that are deciding who won. They've done it before. And
now, I know there's probably something in the Constitution that says what the rules are, and I think it's 3 days after the election, not 9 days.
Well,
so these judges are making laws from the bench.
This is what they're trying to do. I believe it's 30 days after the election. If it has still not been called, the winner has not been declared, Nancy Pelosi takes over.
Not automatic. It has to be voted on.
Yeah, but if we don't take the House, we don't take the Senate, guess what? It's Nancy. President fucking Nancy.
Well, yeah, it depends on what happens with the House of Senate.
Yeah. Right. So, in order for Trump to be declared the winner, really, on election night, he has to win by a fucking landslide. And I mean more than Hillary did. More than he did against Hillary. Okay. It's that simple.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he has to win so convincingly on election night that there is no way that Joe can catch up. What's that?
They're all worried about Trump contesting. But it's the Democrats that are going to contest if Trump wins.
Exactly.
By a landslide. They're going to say, oh, no, there's something wrong. Trump cheated Russia.
Yeah.
Russia.
Well, they might.
All we're going to hear.
But that's our only chance of hearing about it on election night. And I mean, when I say a landslide, he beat Hillary in a landslide in the 16 election in Electoral College. Okay. But
hit me with your landslide. Come on and hit me with your best landslide. Fire away.
okay. This time, I actually believe he's going to win the popular vote and the Electoral College. But if he just gets to 270 instead of like over 300, like he did last time, it's going to be a quagmire in the courts.
Oh, yeah. I think he'll win. I'm with you, Jerry. He'll win the election and popular.
Yeah.
Well, have popular all you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't count for shit.
Well, I think he's going to win both. Oh, shit. Alan said his patio cover just blew away. That's how my dad, his carport roof.
Holy shit balls.
And his fucking front porch, I guess, is covered in porch, but if they both flew away. Yeah.
Good luck with the insurance, Alan.
Yeah, my dad. Well, actually, my dad, I think he got Allstate. Within.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
Thank you, Matt. Anyway, yeah.
That's never been through a hurricane.
No. Well, he's been through an earthquake, I think, and 9/11. I don't know. I'd rather go through a hurricane than an earthquake. I'm sorry. I don't care.
I've never been through a tornado. I've been through a hurricane and earthquake and all that, but never a tornado. Oh, I've seen tornadoes, but never had one like fuck me with me or nothing.
The election is declared by January. The House decides the president, and the Senate decides the VP Pelosi will temporarily temporarily still scary. That's fucking hilarious. Allstate is awesome. Yeah, it took about a week for them to come out, and then they gave him a check for however much, okay? And but they put him and my mother's name, and instead of or, they put and. So he had to send a check back.
And
yeah, he had to send
tricky.
Yeah, he had to send a check back to get that unfucked. So yeah, that whole and
I have Allstate.
Them two words, man.
Allstate paid me within 2 days of the adjuster coming out here.
Right.
Looking at my roof and taking hundreds of pictures.
Yep.
2 days.
Yep.
Money was in the bank.
Yep. Yeah, they gave it to you in your bank?
Well,
Man,
I haven't heard nothing about the fire that is supposedly ravaging down on my property in Irvine that they evacuated. But I don't know if they put it out in that area or whatever, but I haven't heard anything. So I'm waiting to try to get fucked probably another week. At the end of the month, probably. We have to evacuate for a week. I'm like, yeah, sorry about that shit.
Well, charge him.
You. Pay me.
Ask him if he carried all his stuff with him, and then charge him a storage fee, Matt, of $1,000 for all the stuff he left.
There you go. That's what I said. Seize all the contents of the home.
Oh yeah, I could go back at him. Let you abandon the property. You abandoned your lease. You abandoned the property. You have the right to come back. I confiscate all your shit.
Yes, that's how. Unfortunately, that's how the law works.
I've loved these fucking people that they want you to take $1,000 off the rent or whatever the hell it is, okay? But they left all their shit at the house, so if the house don't burn down, all their shit's nice and safe. So it's fucking unreal. I should have been a lawyer.
No.
Hey, that's the way of the world now. You can't. Anybody that got
take care, Alan. Yeah, take care, Alan. Stay safe, man. Stay safe, Alan.
Yeah, good luck, Alan.
What?
Now, Matt, do your renters have renter's insurance? That's to cover their fees.
Well, I'm sure we carry that. Actually, yeah, I believe we carry renter's insurance.
Why? That's not the way it's supposed to work. What the
renter is supposed to carry?
Yeah. Where the fuck in California? That's why. Maybe you have renter's insurance.
No, because if they burn the house down, they don't have insurance, and we didn't. Then we'd just be shit out of luck.
Yeah,
so we have to insure ourselves against them.
You insure the house. You don't give a shit about their contents in the house.
No, but
I meant the house.
Also,
you probably have household disaster.
No, you insure.
Renter's insurance is what renters pay.
Yeah, you insure the house and the contents, whatever that is. Okay, but the renter's insurance he carries may be in case the renter decides to sue him for something.
Oh, that'd be a liability.
You know what? It's over my head, but if I have to, I'll be up there with a fucking pry bar over this motherfucker's head. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Yeah, I guess there's two different types of renters. In my thought, renters insurance is you rent a home or an apartment, and you pay renter's insurance to cover the contents of your shit that you put into the home.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know how it works when you're renting a private property. It's not like an apartment. You know what I mean? Like they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
In Florida, Larry's.
No, at that point, you are a landlord. You are a renter. You don't have to cover their shit. You cover your shit.
Larry Burns says not sure about U.S. laws, but here you leave stuff behind. You obviously didn't want it, i.e., trash. Here in Florida, these people, I used to, manage apartments, so they would move out of the apartment, leave all their shit, whatever. And some of them literally left all their shit, everything. It was crazy. They'd take shit like toothbrushes, combs, and their clothes, and then head out the door. All that stuff is supposed to be piled up on the side of the road, just off the property. Okay, once the final eviction notice comes through and is posted on the door, and they're usually gone by then, all that shit you're supposed to pile up on the road, just off your property line, and leave it there. Me, I said, fuck it. I got the other tenants knocking on the door, says, anything you want, take it.
Jerry, this is California.
Yes, I know that.
Different animal.
I'm talking to Larry Burns.
We had a different renter at my mother-in-law's house that we couldn't get rid of. It could take you a year to get them evicted. They could stiff you for a whole fucking year.
Yep.
Our property manager said, get them the fuck out of there. Pay them. Get them the fuck out of there because you're going to lose a year's goddamn rent to get somebody else in it. Get them okay, but we're working with them. How much we can't move out. We can't pay you. We can't afford to move out. How much you need? They wanted like $600 to move the fuck out. The property manager said, you got a bargain. You're going to lose a whole fucking year's rent because you ain't going to get the money out of them.
Yeah.
And they'll get evicted, but it's going to take that fucking long.
Yep. Well, with us.
Oh, yeah. You can pass an eviction, but you still can sit their ass there forever.
Yeah, in Florida, it can take up to 3 months, and unless they aren't paying their rent, like if they're just chronic troublemakers or something like that, okay, a lot of times the judge won't put them out. But if they're not paying their rent, it can take up to 3 months to throw them out. So you got the apartment open for 3 months, all right, no money coming in because somebody's living there not paying. And then usually it will take at least a week or two to get that. And then however long it takes you to rent it again, you got no money coming in. So what I decided to do, if they were drug dealers or they were scumbags, I just call the cops on them all the fucking time.
Cut it loose as fast as possible.
Yeah. If they were drug dealers or scumbags.
You're going to have to repaint. You're going to have to do shit.
Yeah.
The longer you take, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah, if they were like drug dealers or scumbags, I just keep calling the cops on them all the time until they either left on their own or got arrested. Then they would leave as soon as they got bailed out. They'd get their shit and go. It's the best way to do it. Cheapest way to do it. Let the city deal with it. Because when you have to start evicting people in Florida, it's a long fucking process. There's all kinds of notices you got to send. And then, if there's one mistake on the paperwork on the final eviction or on the actual eviction notice, which then gives you like 3 days or some certain amount of time, week, whatever it is, to go to court over it, it starts all over again. Like you put the wrong address, the name's wrong somehow, any of that. So I managed apartments.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there was a big scam.
Cross.
There was a big scam on all these properties in California that were
One at a time.
went through the housing bubble of everybody was upside down. Never mind.
Well, what we had in the last building I had, we had a lot of illegal aliens. They were easy to get out. Just fuck with them. They weren't going to do anything to you. They weren't going to call the cops. So you just fuck with them. Okay. The drug dealers, I would fuck with them relentlessly. Relentlessly. I painted an X on one guy's door so the cops knew where he was. I said, just look for the one with the yellow X on it. That's him. And you're right, Greg. While you're dealing with them kicking them out, they destroying your property, stealing plumbing. They don't steal the plumbing where I was. They break the plumbing. They would, tear up the refrigerator. They would write all over the walls. They would, all kinds of shit. You name it, they did it. Tear up the carpets. Whatever they could think of, they did. So.
Flush anything down the toilet to clog it up.
Yep.
Clog it up. And
yep.
You name it.
Yep.
They'll do it.
Yep. Absolutely. You end up having to go in there and just redo everything. Tear cabinet doors off. Whatever they could think of, they would do. Plus, when the illegals are living in there, you're talking about some of these were studio apartments, 376 square feet, and there'd be 6 of them living in there. The kitchen was a grease pit because everything they cook is in grease.
Well, I even saw one place. They actually took a hammer or something, busted all the fucking light switches. The little thumb switch, broke them all.
Yep.
So you could turn the lights off or on.
Yep.
Fucking
really.
Yep.
Crazy bullshit.
Yep. Yep. And it's
probably left them on. Cost you more money and electricity that they're going to skip for.
There was another thing that you weren't allowed to do on any of the properties, and that was leave an unregistered vehicle there. So we had this one guy who was a steroid freak. Okay. And this guy would go from 0 to I want to kill you in he was faster than me. He was only like 2 seconds, man. So he had a car to blot his car, and the tag was expired. So I put a sticker on his car. He got pissed. He took the sticker off his car, put it on the windshield of my truck. I said, you fucking idiot. Okay. And he came screaming at me and says, dude, I don't actually care about any of this. This is your fucking problem. Don't park the car here again or it's getting towed. Period. So he parked it somewhere else that night and, got it registered like the next day or 2 or whatever it was, and I had parked there. Now, I went to check on the tag. This is what this guy thought to do. Okay. Now, on a Florida tag, you got your sticker that gives you the year. It has to be registered on there. It just says, whatever it was. All right. And then on the other side, it's supposed to be blank. He wrote a note on a tiny piece of paper for a sticker about that fucking big, like kind of like that, and wrote, yeah, motherfucker. I got it registered. What are you going to do now? I'm like, what kind of life is this motherfucker leading in that apartment where this is what he's thinking about doing? I actually took a picture of it and sent it to the boss. And in a video, I was laughing so fucking hard, you couldn't believe it. I was like, what a moron. But these people will come up with all kinds of shit to fuck with you. I'm telling you. I have had kids taken away from parents because I walk up to their door and there's maggots all the way outside their door. My boss tells me, go in the apartment and check it out. I go in the apartment and check it out, and there's like rotten food in the refrigerator, all kinds of shit. It says call family services. I did. 2 kids living in this apartment. There's rotten food laying everywhere. It was horrible. These people, the way I've seen some of the worst I can fucking imagine with these people. At one place, the little, she was 3 years old. She was sleeping on a mattress that was so fucking filthy. It looked like it had been in a dumpster.
Hey, freebie.
I'm like,
Trash is trash.
all I could,
They
all,
don't give a shit. You
all
know,
I,
they get away with something for free, they're gonna do. They don't care about the kids.
all I could think was, I want this motherfucker dead for doing this, and the mother too. How do you let your kid live this way? I saw their electric bill. They were behind so far in a 376 square foot apartment. They owed $1,600 to the electric company. They had a cord coming from one of the apartments upstairs, plugged in up there, down there, so they could turn on a light and the TV. Until I cut the cord.
Oh, sounds like good times.
I went into another apartment.
Living large there.
Two little kids, 5 years old or less. Both of them not right in the fucking head. Take my word for it. I ain't going into it, but father was a crack addict. Mother was in jail for writing bad checks. I was almost in tears because I was throwing away all these kids' clothes and all their fucking toys. It was like my first week on the job doing this shit, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. I mean, this kid, the boy, would go around stomping on baby ducks. He wasn't right. I actually, because this kid's like 5 years old, I caught him trying to break into my truck one time. And the girl, his sister was worse.
5 years old.
Yeah, his sister was worse. She had this fucking haunted look in her eyes like you've never seen on a little kid. She's probably 6 or 7. And never said a fucking word. And every once in a while you turn around, she'd just be standing there.
Oh, Jerry, I know exactly.
Maybe she wasn't real.
No, she was real.
Apparitional.
No, she was real. The father was a scumbag.
No, I had neighbors, previous, just next door to me, crackhead.
Yeah.
The 2 little boys that lived in the house. The older daughter was decent. She was normal. The 2 little ones, here's the problem with those 2 kids. Their mama had 2 children or 2 brothers. Those kids were brothers and cousins.
Oh, God.
I mean, one of them was actual helmet wearing.
And you really frown upon this? This is like abnormal there? I thought, everybody did that kind of bullshit.
Oh, let me tell you something. The older one, the one that was helmet wearing kind of kid, he was in a skateboard. He was like Houdini. He would break out the house one way or the other. She had padlocks. She screwed the windows shut. This kid would still get the fuck out.
Yeah.
This motherfucker rolled up on me on a Saturday night one night with a big ass knife, full of mud and half naked.
Terrific.
Dude, lucky I don't have my gun on me while I'm outside right about now.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Mama, nobody knew the kid left the house.
And they were, these people, this one couple, black and Hispanic mother and father, had 2 little girls. And they kept sending them to the pool by themselves. Now, for those of you who don't live in Florida, I don't know about Louisiana. California's probably the same fucking way. In the summertime, at least once a week, some kid drowns in a fucking pool. It's just a thing. Parents ain't paying attention. They don't have a child gate up. What the fuck ever. All right. And they weren't allowed to be at the pool without an adult. And I told both of them they had to go. The mother and father come up screaming at me because I told their daughters they couldn't go to the pool. And I said, well, next time I'm going to call the fucking cops, okay? And I'm going to have you arrested for not fucking being there with them like you're supposed to be, watching them. Like, what the hell is wrong with you two? You live in Florida. Kids drown in pools all the fucking hell. They drown in puddles. The fuck is wrong with these people?
They drown in bathtubs.
Yeah. Amen.
Takes an inch of water.
Yep.
To get the drown.
That's right.
Never leave your
It's that's a big liability. A pool. It's got to be enclosed securely.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. Bling bling bling. Of course, my kids, they were pool at any time. Any kids, any of them,
I've never owned a pool for that very
after
reason,
this last
Jerry.
hurricane we had, when I had to get an insurance adjuster, they noticed that. Well, actually, a year ago, they noticed I had a trampoline in the backyard for my grandkids. Well, it used to have all the netting and everything, but that got torn down and all fucked up, so it was just a trampoline itself. They made me remove it, or they were going to cancel my home insurance.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a totally fenced in.
Yep. That's right. Because other people just let their kids run fucking wild. I was constantly kicking people out of that fucking pool, man. I was like, I'd lock it up every fucking. I was like a 4-foot fence around it, so it wasn't like they couldn't climb over the damn thing. And there was people who didn't even live there. They were constantly getting kicked out. I'd have the cops out there all the fucking time. You can't be in here.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Okay, you can't be in there playing with the pool equipment. You can't be in there if you don't live here. Get the fuck out. It's not hard. But every one of them argued the same goddamn argument. Everybody ever kicked off the property had the same fucking argument. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Well, I'm the guy who runs this motherfucker. Who are you? Oh, I'm going to tell you something. This is why I got death threats all the fucking time. I've had my tires, when I was doing this job, my tires on my truck got slashed 4 times by drug dealers. Okay? I had cars slowing down at night, thinking I'm thinking they're gonna like kill me. I gotta carry a gun to walk the fucking dogs. Okay? I got people on the property at 3:00 in the fucking morning, passed out drunk, or gangs on the property I had to kick off. It got to the point where I was the biggest, baddest motherfucker on the block. I didn't play around, man. And I was armed everywhere I fucking went on that tiny little property. It's crazy. I'm glad I don't do it anymore. There was this one lady, I knew the last place I managed, one lady. She lived in this building for 17 fucking years. How? I have no fucking clue. She was old. And we sent her to the hospital because her freaking sugar was so high she was passing out. And that was it. She had to move out and go in a nursing home. And after she left, I used to take care of her. There was another tenant I took care of who got very sick. And I would go and go in there 3 or 4 times a day, make sure he ate, that kind of shit. Because he was a good guy. And she was an ornery old bat, but I made sure she had a TV, all that kind of shit. When her TV broke, I'd fix shit for her, make sure she had all new shit when it was time for her to have it. Once she left, though, I lost all interest in that job. I just got tired because you can only do it for so long and argue with people with the same fucking argument constantly. Them telling you they're going to kick your ass, they're going to kill you, they're going to do this, they're going to, and it just gets fucking old. Couldn't take it no more. And I had just met my wife now, so it all worked out.
Yeah, I can. Speaking of almost drowning, years ago I was in middle to late 20s. We were at a local river where everybody would go canoeing. Well, we finished canoeing, got to the end of the ride, and everybody's up on the beach. And then we're in the river, and water was kind of high that day. And I'm in the water, and this little girl, she might have been 6 years old, 7 at the most, walks out into the water, and the way the river did, it gradually sloped down, and then it just dropped.
Right.
And I saw her coming, and it dropped. She dropped underwater right in front of me. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Yep.
So I dove underwater. I pulled her up. I finally found her because it's kind of murky water. I finally found her, pulled her up, and she puked up water and everything else. And I brought her back to the land, and her parents were way up on the bank, not giving two shits about her.
Yep.
And I brought her up there, and I said, you motherfuckers need to pay attention to your goddamn kid, because I just saved her fucking life.
Yep. We had a river somewhere around here. I can't fucking remember. It might be the Swanee somewhere, but anyway, it runs off at the end into this pool that goes around like a huge toilet bowl and back down under into the ground. And there's old people always tubing on this river back when tubing was really tubing. And you actually used like a semi's inner tube and you tied them all together.
Yeah.
And every once in a
Same
while,
with this river. That's
yeah.
what they do here.
But every
It's
once
the same thing.
Yeah, every once in a while, and they're all drunk. So every once in a while, one would get loose or something, and you wouldn't see them, and you realize that they went past the point of no return. Once you got into that swirly, you had very little chance because that middle part where it was sucking into the ground would take you and the inner tube straight down. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Anyway, we're out of time, so we got to go. Matt, you got any last words? You only hear an hour, can't be much.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was, flew by. See you in the next round. Load him up in a chute and let's run her again.
Yeah. All right. Nick, how about you?
I'm good. I'm safe from the hurricane, and we were safe from Matt for an hour.
Yeah.
So everybody's good today.
There you go. Let's see.
And I hope Alan comes out well today.
Yeah.
Alan.
He's gone. I guess he kind of lost interest after his roof for his porch blew off. But
He might have lost electricity.
yeah, I don't know. But no, he said he was going to go, but who knows? Who knows? So anyway, I hope everybody has a good evening. Thank Nick for picking up the slack tonight for the first hour. Did his usual bang-up job. And then Matt came back.
I was pretty verbal tonight there, Matt.
Yeah,
Jerry.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you did. I'm telling you, you did. Wow, we got a, let's see, we got, wow, okay. Thanks for all the thumbs up and all that tonight. Please stay vigilant, be aware of your surroundings at all times, and always remember, it's amazing what you can do when you have no other choice. My name is Jerry. On behalf of Matty K and Nikki Young, we bid you a good night. We'll be back, what the fuck is it? Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. right here on the American Rebellion page and on YouTube on the AmRed channel. Take care, guys. Bye.